Welcome back to the Python tutorials along with computers and data science. And we're actually going to be able to get started with the first tape of the actual data science kind of course. So this will be kind of interesting. So let's get started with this course introduction. So welcome to our course on data pre-processing. From time to time, data doesn't always live up to the standard we're striving. Let's see if that's probably striving for here. Yeah, striving for. For example, there are human errors, system errors, and export-related issues, all of which can make it virtually impossible to analyze data. In this course, we'll teach you how to evaluate whether or not the data in front of you is good enough for you to test your hypothesis. This evaluation is the very first step you will be taking in your analysis. Your overall objectives to learn about methods of dealing with missing values, find out how to transform data into different types, identify duplicate data and processing a few different ways, understand how to categorize data, and would you like to see whether or not you've accomplished those objectives? Go ahead and try and explain the course concepts and tools to a person who knows absolutely nothing about analysis. If you're able to do this, you can rest assured that you've mastered the material and are ready to move on to the next step. You'll be tackling tasks involving an online shop using the interactive platform, learning required methods and libraries hands-on. There's an independent project in store for you at the end to help you introduce you to analytics and banking. You'll be testing the hypothesis of how a client's marital status and number of children affect the probability that they will pay back their loan on time. This is a medium difficulty course. Third chapter may be the most imposing since it's brimming with new terminology. Skill use required during the intros course will serve us well, so keep the cheat sheets close. No cheat sheets for us. We'll use Stack Overflow if we need to. Okay, so the introduction is welcome to the first chapter of the course. Let's start by retrieving the data and familiarizing ourselves with it. There's no such thing as perfect data. That's 100% ready for analysis right away. So we'll start by discussing how to handle the missing values with the data and in addition to the data artifacts that may get in your way. So learn to distinguish between the different categorical and quantitative data, locate randomly missing values and ones that have been placed intentionally, learn how to substitute nulls with calculated values, default values, and representative values. You can even save that list right now if you'd like to track your progress each and every day. If something isn't clear, then feel free to ask the question in the Slack chat or in the comments on YouTube, and a community manager or instructor on duty will be sure to help you. There isn't anything in Practicum course that you won't need to use later, so it's better to take care of everything now before it comes back to haunt you in the next chapter. So each of these lessons take 30 minutes each, so we'll get as far as we can in this video, and we're an analyst whose job is to evaluate how effective Yandex market traffic sources are and determine a profitable channel for attracting users and share our suggestions with management. Okay, so let's go next. Metrics for evaluating traffic sources. There are many different traffic sources, each of which requiring the investment of both time and money. For example, the cost of a contextual ad, much like the ones you see at the top of our search results, is comprised of both the cost to place the ad and the salaries of those who took the time to prepare it. Marketing emails cost something as well because they are created by marketers and designers who expect to be paid for their work. The manager who pays for all these different traffic sources, of course, would like to know which one is the most profitable. In order to answer the question, analysts must study the metrics that show how effectively each traffic source attracts its share of users. These metrics include the conversions of visits to sales, as well as the percentage of return of customers. Generally speaking, conversion refers to the ratio of total visitors to target visitors who have completed a target action. We refer to those visitors as our target audience. For example, you can calculate the percentage of all visitors who placed a request out of all the things that have visited on a website. You can also calculate conversions according to actions. This involves dividing the number of target actions by the number of all actions. For instance, if you define a conversion as the ratio of purchases to visits, a visit is a sequence of actions a visitor takes starting from when they get to a website, ending with when they've been active for roughly 30 minutes. Okay. If 1,000 visits were recorded and purchases were made during 50 of them, the conversion is 50 divided by 1,000 times 100% equals 5%. We can use this metric to compare the value of different traffic sources. Now analyze the table. Which traffic source performs most effectively from a conversion standpoint? Contextual ads or email marketing? Okay, so if we do the number of visits is 2,500 and you have 100, so you basically would do 100 divided by 2,500, and that should be one for every 25. And with 50 over 100, you get one for every 20. So the second one's better. So the conversion rate for this contextual ad is 4%, whereas the ratio for marketing is 5%. Means that email marketing wins. If the rates remain the same, 2,500 visits from the email definitely lead to more purchases than 2,500 visits that come from contextual ads. Another important metric for evaluating traffic source performance is the percentage of return customers acquired from it. We call this repeat purchase rate. For example, if 10 visitors out of 100 return to the website, this is 10 divided by 100 times 100% equals 10%. Okay, let's go. Okay, so we kind of already read this. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is the exact thing they already told us. Okay, so they want us to calculate the conversion rate for email marketing and contextual ads, save the values to these variables as email conversion and context conversion, print the results as followed. Okay, so the email conversion is, they tell us it's divide the email purchases divided by the email visits, which is email visits. And you'll remember, since these are both integers and we're going to want a decimal here, we should cast this to a float. Okay, and context conversion is going to be equal to I also have a typo up here, purchases. Okay, so this is going to be context purchases divided by float of context visits. Okay, and then they want us to print the output, so we can do print, and we're going to also have the format we've done before. So we can do email marketing conversion rate colon, and then we have the squiggly bracket dot to, I think it's a percent, right? So let's see. And also, we don't want 2 decimal places. It looks like we want 0 decimal places, so we'll just do colon. Can we do 0f? Is that a thing? Potentially, we could just do .0f. I don't know. And then we do dot format with the value, which is email conversion. I'm just going to run this to see if it actually works that way. Let's see. Context is not convert. Oh, this is context underscore purchases is what I meant. But conversation instead of conversion. Where's that at? That's conversion. Like that. Lots of typos here. Make sure you don't typo. Yep, so this is invalid. Let's see if I just do percentage, if that works. Hey. But now we have decimals, and we don't want decimals, so let's see. I wonder if it's just okay with that happening. We'll just play with it for right now and see if that's going to be okay. So we do print contextual ad conversion rate. Oh, and then we got to change it here as well, not email conversion. Now we want context conversion. 4%. Okay, we'll check that. Okay, let's see. If we do no dot, we just do 1%. Nope. Okay, what if we let's see. Print decimal. Oh. Print percentage to with no decimal format Python. Yeah, I thought I had that. I guess you got to have 0.0%. Interesting. Nice. Next. Okay, so let's continue to automate what marketers do. Now we'll teach Python how to compare traffic sources and select the best one. If the value of the email conversion is larger than that of the contextual conversion, then print. Okay, so if email conversion, oh, it's an underscore there. If email conversion is greater than context conversion, print conclusion, email marketing is more effective. No period. Otherwise, else, print conclusion, contextual ads are more effective. So email marketing is more efficient. Correct. Enhance the code by adding the case where the conversion rates are equal. When the conversion rates are equal, print. So here we can add an else if statement. So we can do elif email conversion equals context conversion. Oh. Print conclusion. Oh. Conversion rates are equal. Semicolon, we need to consider other metrics. Okay? Check that. There are also other solutions. Okay, next. Change the values of the variables email visits and context edges, email purchases, and context purchases that the outcome produces a conclusion where the contextual ads have a higher or equal conversion rate. Okay, so right now email is 1,000 divided by or it's 50 divided by 1,000. So we can instead do 500 divided by 10,000. I think that's right. No, I need one more zero. 2 more zeros. Let's see, they should be equal now if we hit play. Okay, 50 divided by 100. Multiply this one by 10, and you get 500. Multiply this one by 10, and you get 10,000. Yeah, so I think I had one too many zeros there. Now they should be equal. Okay, cool, so we check that. Superb. Now that we know how to find conversion rates and calculate the percentage of return customers, let's calculate the total number of customers and store it in the total variable. To do this, add the number of users who have made a single purchase as well as the numbers of users who have made 2 purchases or more. Total number is equal to single purchase plus repeated purchase. Okay, we do print total number of customers, colon, space, comma, total. $10.21. I have an extra space here though. The comma automatically puts in a space, so you don't need to put one after the colon. Great. Next. Calculate the repeat purchase rate as a ratio of repeated purchases to total. Save the results to the repeat purchase rate variable. So this is going to be equal to repeated purchase divided by total. And we want to cast that to a float again. And then we want to print it just like we did in the first example as the repeat purchase rate for email marketing is squiggly bracket, what do we do? Colon 0.0%. And then dot format repeat purchase rate. Okay, and print that. This is too easy. It's basically a review of the introduction. Do I have an extra space or something? Oh, I have an extra colon. You don't need the colon, I guess. Correct. You've been sent a table with data about initial and repeat purchases by traffic sources. Read the contents of the return CSV file, making sure to save it to the purchases data frame. Okay, so purchases is going to be equal to pd.read CSV returned .csv. Okay, then we want to print purchases. See what it looks like. Okay, and now it wants us to calculate the total purchases for each traffic source. Then add the results to the total column. It's interesting I didn't have to put /dataset /returned. It says down here that's what I should use. Okay, but then they want us to do purchases total is going to be equal to purchases first plus purchases repeated and they want us to print the column with total. Print purchases total. Okay, we check that. That's correct. Next. Calculate the repeat purchase rate for each of the individual traffic source. Remember that this is calculated as the number of repeat purchases divided by the total sum. Print the resulting columns. So the repeat purchase rate is going to be equal to purchases at repeated divided by, cast it to a float, the purchases total in the cast, and then they want us to print it. Purchases repeat purchase rate so maybe we cast the, let's see. Let's just see what this gives us, and I have a feeling it'll be, I guess it already automatically cast it for us, so that's nice. We'll check it. I think you can do dot as float, and it'll do the same thing with pandas, but. Okay, next. Rank traffic sources according to the repeated purchase rate. Sort the values of repeat purchase rate column in the purchases data frame in descending order. So we should be able to do purchases dot sort values. I think you do key is, well, first we do ascending equals false. I think false is a Boolean there. And then also, I think we do purchases at repeat purchase rate. Oh, I didn't print anything. Print purchases. Let's see, did it not sort it? Okay, that's in order, but I'm not sure if they want us to actually print the rest of the table with it, so I'll have to figure that out if they do. Let's see. Let's go to sort values, PD sort values. I think you have to put like key or something as a parameter. Oh, you do columns is equal. Oh, you can do even by equals. Okay, that's cool. So do by equals repeat purchase rate, end quote. Yep, that looks right, so we'll check that. Nice, we've mastered how to calculate the two import metrics. So with that, I'll end it here, and we'll do more next time. Thanks.